We are joined by John Tyree, a captain in the U.S. Army who graduated from West Point. John is now a managing director at Morgan Stanley. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Your firm, Morgan Stanley, has been named one of the top most military-friendly employers. What is it about Morgan Stanley? What efforts do they make to bring in veterans?
This is one of the great things that I'm really proud of about the firm. I guess there are a couple of areas that they work with veterans. The first is they spend a lot of time attending all these various job fairs, whether it's for spouses, whether it's for veterans who have just gotten out, or whether it's for veterans who have been out for a long period of time. The second thing that we do, and I'm very involved in this, is we interact within the firm very regularly with the militaries.
What kinds of things do you personally do to work with military veterans?
I'm a member of the Morgan Stanley Veterans Association, which is really designed in large part to mentor veterans, both those who are within the firm and those who are trying to get jobs within the firm.
So what tips and advice would you give a transitioning veteran who's interested in a career in financial services?
Develop and have a plan. The great thing about my time in the service, and I assume a lot of veterans, is it's a very close-knit community. And you're leaving that community. And when you leave that community, it makes people feel a little bit uneasy. But if you have a plan, if you thought about what you like, what you're good at, and where those opportunities exist, you'll find that it's an easier transition. The second thing is do it quickly but deliberately. Think about the firms that offer the kind of opportunities that you want. Now, I'll give you an example. If you look at Morgan Stanley, we have operations, we have technology efforts, we have the retail network, which is a huge element of Morgan Stanley, which is used to advise people on how to make financial decisions, as well as what I do, which is more classic investment banking.
So you were a captain in the U.S. Army. Tell us a little bit about your experience in the military and how you were able to transition into the world of financial services.
Sure. So I was very fortunate. I got to go to West Point for undergrad. And then when I graduated from West Point, I was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the armor branch. And I served primarily overseas in Germany in a tank unit that used to patrol what used to be the East-West German border. And then my last assignment was back at Fort Knox, Kentucky at the U.S. Army Armor Center.
What do you think it was about your military experience that enabled you to climb through the ranks in the civilian world?
There's so many things that I got out of my military service, whether it's leadership, knowing how to work within a team, knowing how to communicate directly and precisely. But the interesting thing about it is you use different parts of that at different times in your career.
What do you think it is about people who've been in the military that make such great employees and business leaders?
The military is a very special place, and it creates, I think, very special people. Those are people who not only have this tremendous work ethic, but they give off a sense of capability and integrity. And it's a hard thing to describe. It's one of those things that you know it when you see it. And in our job, that is so critical.
Morgan Stanley partners with various outside organizations to help veterans. What kinds of things do you do?
Well, for example, the Woodruff Foundation, which is again a charitable arm designed to help veterans. There's also the Wounded Warrior Foundation, which I'm actually very involved in, where there are a number of events. It's not only donations, but events here in Manhattan where we talk to and try and help veterans who have been wounded during this time of their service.
And if someone was interested in a career at Morgan Stanley, what would they do next?
Well, I think what I would suggest you do is the first step is you go to the Morgan Stanley website, morganstanley.com, and then go to the Career tab. And that'll outline what the opportunities are for veterans. And from there are a number of other resources that they'll be able to take advantage of.
Thank you so much for being here. John Tyree, Managing Director at Morgan Stanley and Captain in the U.S. Army.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.